Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and welcome back to Fear the Walking Dead. Now, don't get it confused. This is not an episode of Fear the Walking Dead. A person legitimately got pissed off at me because he thought I posted an episode of Fear the Walking Dead on my YouTube channel. How fucking dumb do you think I am? That would be a lawsuit. If not, just a normal copy. It would most likely be a copyright strike, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into it, okay? This up-and-coming episode of Fear the Walking Dead is the mid-season premiere. And I am really, really excited. I'm stoked about it, guys, just to be getting back into the Walking Dead universe. And with Fear the Walking Dead means The Walking Dead directly after Season 2 finishes. Not a week, not 2 weeks, not 3 weeks, not a month, not a couple of months. Literally, the Sunday after Fear the Walking Dead finishes, The Walking Dead Season 7 comes back on, which means we get to know who the fuck got the bat. I have a few theories. I'm going to save that and maybe make a video about it. If you guys want to hear my thoughts and opinions on it, make sure you let me know in the comment section below. I can definitely make that happen. But with that being said, this is Season 2, Episode 8, entitled Grotesque. Okay, so as always, we're going to go through the synopsis of the episode. You guys can follow along on AMC.com. I will leave the link in the description below to the episode page. Anyway, Season 2, Episode 8, entitled Grotesque. The synopsis is as follows. Nick's steadfast search for answers leads him into a deadly dog-eat-dog landscape. Period. I don't really think I needed to say period, but whatever. It is what it is. A dark piece of his past is uncovered. Okay, so we have a few, pieces of information from that. Not too much, but it really just says that Nick's on his own, and we already knew that, obviously, from the last episode entitled Shiva, which, by the way, name of the fucking tiger in Season 7 of The Walking Dead. Could it be an Easter egg? Maybe it was just a coincidence. I don't really know. Either way, we get a little information from this synopsis, which is what we're supposed to get from a synopsis. That's what it's there for. It says Nick's search for answers leads him into a diddly dog-eat-dog landscape. Now, again, this leads me back to believing that it just basically is telling us that he's alone. He's on his own. He left his mom. He left his entire group. He left his sister. He is on his own, quite literally. And the term dog-eat-dog leads me to believe that he's going to be encountering some actual humans. And that's not the only thing that leads me to believe that, but there's also a sneak peek as well. Now, there is a Comic-Con trailer. I already actually did a review for it here on my channel. Make sure you go check that out. We're not going to be covering anything in that Comic-Con trailer. We're just going to be really talking about the synopsis and the sneak peek and, a couple of promos that we have here and there. Okay, we're not going to be talking about the Comic-Con trailer. If you want to see that, link will be in the description below. So like I said, that leads me to believe that he's going to be encountering some humans for the first time. Obviously, he's encountered some humans before, but they're not really, threatening, if you will. They never really endangered his life. The last one, she was batshit crazy, but she didn't really endanger Nick. And the next piece of info we have reads, a dark piece of his past is uncovered. Now, we obviously know that he is a drug addict, right? Or a recovering drug addict, I guess. So does that mean maybe that piece of his past is uncovered to a new group? Or, just someone new that he meets down the line? So does this mean he has more of a dark past than we already know about? He's already a recovering drug addict. We know that. We've seen that in Season 1. And now it looks to me like he has something else hidden, Does his mom know about that? Does his sister know about that? Or is that something he had to encounter on his own? We all know that he got kicked out of his own house, so he was living by himself out on the streets for quite some time. So this dark piece of his past definitely could be something around those lines. They could have happened when he was living on his own. This really just solidifies my belief in Nick being the most interesting character in Fear the Walking Dead right now. Now, Strand, he's an amazing character. Him and Nick really are the only two that really carry the show right now. In my personal opinion, I don't really feel, too much for anybody else. We've known Nick since the very first scene of Fear the Walking Dead, so we've sort of, grown accustomed to his character, if you will. And Strand, obviously, he's somebody that Nick met inside of that prison cell back in Season 1. And we all know that Strand has one hell of an interesting past, and I'm excited to learn more about him, so I'm glad he did not commit suicide. All right? I'm fucking... I'm happy. Yeah, I was looking for a word, I lost it. Anyways, to get into the sneak peek here, it's just a brief one, it's like 50 seconds long. I will try to find a link to leave in the description below to a YouTube video of it. If I can find it, obviously it will be down there. This sneak peek has Nick alone in the middle of a road deserted with cars and walkers, coming near him. We have him right off the bat drinking water. That's right, he is drinking water. I mean, they're leaving a lot of things covered up for this episode. They don't want to give too much away, so they gave us a sneak peek of him drinking water. But other than that, we get a little more info, okay, which I find really interesting, which leads me to believe, again, he's going to be encountering some bad guys, like people trying to hurt him. After he's done drinking his water, he reaches into the car beside a walker that's, like, tied up with a seatbelt and everything like that, so she can't bite him. But he reaches in, grabs an FM radio off the dash, and starts playing around with it, pulling the antenna out, scanning the channels, and it looks really interesting there for a second, because we sort of expect to get a signal, but we hear a sound. But it's not coming from the radio. It's coming from down the road. He hears it too. He basically crouches down, and all we hear is the roar of an engine. And that's it. That's all we got. Sort of like that one. Engine just roared outside. I'm not sure if the mic picked that up, but that was pretty fucking convenient. Anyway, after that roar of the engine, he crouches down. He looks like he might be in danger, and that's where the sneak peek ends. Like I said, we don't get much. He took a drink of water, he got an FM radio, and we heard an engine roar. That's literally it. I mean, you guys can go watch it. Like I said, I would try to leave a link in the description below. But again, it's not much. If you guys want to see more of Fear the Walking Dead, make sure you check out the Comic-Con trailer. Okay? Make sure you do that. There's a lot more info in that. We're not going to cover it. Like I said, I already covered it. Alright, so to short recap, we have a synopsis that says that he enters a dog-eat-dog landscape. He might be encountering some people, and a dark piece of his past is uncovered. And all at the same time, we have a sneak peek of an engine roaring off in the distance. And it looks like Nick might be in danger. He's on his own. That's pretty much the only info we have, regarding this episode. A lot of the things that happened in the Comic-Con trailer could have happened in this episode, but at the same time, a lot of those things could have happened in, the future episodes as well, like episode 9, episode 10. That's usually what the Comic-Con trailer goes around. It's usually not just one episode trailer. It's usually like 3 or 4. They're keeping a lot of things under wraps for this episode. They want to keep it a big surprise. But of course, in the Comic-Con trailer, we have Madison's group entering a hotel. I hope that happens in this episode. I think that would be really neat to see. I also think that Nick might actually come across those quote-unquote maybe friendly survivors that he comes across. They look a little crazy at the same time. It seems like every friendly group that he comes across seems to be a little batshit crazy. What's wrong with Mexico? That's what I'm asking. What the fuck's wrong with Mexico when it comes to a zombie apocalypse? Jesus Christ. Whether or not we'll see Travis and Chris in this episode, again, we have no idea. We don't really have any info on them. He is in the Comic-Con trailer, so we're definitely seeing him sometime soon. I wonder if they'll hold off on that part of the group until, a few episodes in, or are they just going to reveal it right away? We have no idea, what's happening with Chris and Travis. They went on their own, and he obviously had to get Chris away from his entire group, or Chris would probably fucking murder them in their sleep. With that being said, that brings us to the end of the video. I know that it wasn't really much of a video. It was just some of my predictions that I think is going to happen from the Comic-Con trailer, and obviously a sneak peek and everything like that in the synopsis. Again, we don't have a lot to go on. We usually have a few more promos, a couple of more sneak peeks, but this time we're left with pretty much nothing, okay? Other than that big Comic-Con trailer, which again, I'm not going to go over the whole thing and predict exactly what's going to happen in this episode, what's going to happen in the next episode. It would be hard to do that, right? So again, let me remind you, check out in the description below for a link to my review of Fear the Walking Dead Season 2B Comic-Con trailer. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe if you guys haven't already, because I'm going to be coming at you with reviews of Fear the Walking Dead, reviews of The Walking Dead, predictions of Fear the Walking Dead, predictions of The Walking Dead, all that good stuff, and gaming videos. If you guys check out my other videos as well, I definitely urge you to do so. I've been putting a lot of work into them lately, and it would definitely mean the world to me if you guys could check them out if you're into gaming. If you're not, then ignore my last statement, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye. Thank you guys so much for hitting 1,800 subscribers. Now, as of me making this video, we didn't hit it yet. We're at 1,798. But by the time this is uploaded, we're most likely going to hit it because we've been growing insanely fast as of late. Now, when I say insanely fast, I don't mean 50,000 subs a day like Wolfie Raps, but I'm talking pretty fucking good, for a small channel like me. And I know the number of 1,800 subscribers is not a lot to you guys. It doesn't seem like much.